10. Assalamu alaikum students. Assalamu alaikum class 10 students. Today we have done chapter number 10, 11 and 12. Okay. Today we will start our chapter number 3, 13, and this is very important. Its name is sport and movement. In previous chapter we have discussed the coordination and control among the body parts of our body, and it was controlled by two systems: chemical coordination and nervous coordination. In this chapter we will discuss that our body parts get support and movement. How do they get support? All of know that our body is covered, has a hard skeleton inside the body, and that skeleton help us to move, okay, to move, and it also protect the inner parts of our body. So our new chapter, chapter number 13, this is the fourth chapter of your this is the fourth chapter of your book. So this is the fourth chapter of your book, chapter number 13, sport and movement. In this chapter, we will discuss about following the concepts. Number one, human skeleton, or we will discuss in detail. Then types of joints, okay, they also support our body. Muscles and movements, okay, what is the connection of muscles with movements, okay, and disorders of skeletal system. Okay, now we will start our chapter. Before starting the chapter, I would like to discuss. Uh, uh, First, we will see the definition. The organisms with greater sizes need sport to keep their body mass as one unit. Definitely, the organisms which are in greater size, their body move as a one unit. So this is particularly true for the organism that live on land. Okay, so what is happened with that organism which live on land, which live on earth? We know that movement and locomotion are characteristics of animals. Now there are two words I use: movement and locomotion. So keep in your mind, first of all, we will discuss what is a movement. Movement is a general term, it's a definition of movement. Underline in your book, movement is a general term meaning the act of changing of place or position by entire body or by its parts. Movement, what is a movement? Movement is is that in which whole body or some body parts move from one place to another. Now question is that act of changing place or position. For example, humans, when we change our place or position, our whole body work as a unit and we move from one place to another, but by entire body or by its parts. So what do you mean by parts? Yes, this is true. Movement is also happen by parts. For example, plants. Plants grow their branches and leaves and flowers and fruits. So their specific parts move from one place to another. Okay. So there are two types of movements. In simple words, we can say multicellular organisms having greater sizes need sport to keep their body mass as one unit. So this is particularly true of those organisms who live on land. In human skeleton is responsible for sport and movement. So movement is a general term, meaning the act of changing place or position by entire body or by its parts. So there are two types of movements. So you can see in your book there are two types of movements: movements of body parts and locomotion. Movements of body parts. For example, you are just moving your hand, you are just moving your arm, you are just moving your leg. So the movement of body parts. And in plants, the growth of flowers, leaves, and fruits on the body of a plant. Okay, so this is called the movements of body parts. And the other type is called locomotion. Locomotion is not a new word for us. Locomotion is happen in animals when they move from one place to another for food and shelter as a whole unit. At that time their whole body move as a one unit. Okay, so locomotion, here is a definition of locomotion. Locomotion is the movement of an animal as a whole from one place to another. Okay, so in this chapter we will study human skeleton system, means skeleton, which is primarily responsible for sport and movement. So we all of know, because our movements, the movements which are happening inside our body, it was supported by skeleton. And skeleton, it is a framework of hard bones inside our body which support our organs, okay, and which give support to our body. I hope you understand. In this paragraph, we have discussed the okay, what is a movement. Okay, it's a definition of movement underlined in your book, and then we have discussed there are two types of movements. One movement is called movement of body parts, means so one part of a body moves, and locomotion means the movement of whole body as a unit. Okay, so locomotion is a movement of animal as a whole from one place to another. I hope you understand the introduction of movement. Now we will come to human skeleton. What is a human skeleton? Okay. First of all, what is a skeleton system? Its definition. Skeleton system or skeleton is defined as the framework of hard, articulated structures that provide physical support, attachment for skeletal muscles, and protection for the bodies of animals. You have to underline these things in your definition. If you don't try these things, your definition will be wrong. Skeleton is defined as the framework of heart. Okay, first point is the framework of heart, means it is made by hard bones. Articulated structures means hard structures that provide physical support, which gives support to your body. Attachment for skeletal muscles, and skeletal muscles are attached with it, and protection for the bodies of animals, and it also give protection to the body of animals. It's a definition of your skeleton system or skeleton. If board exam short question comes, skeleton system, define skeletal system, or the question comes, define skeleton, the answer is same. Its answer we start from here till for the bodies of animals. Okay, I hope you underline in your book. Okay, and like other vertebrates, we all of know skeleton system is present in all vertebrates. Okay, so because they have backbone, so like other vertebrates, the human skeleton is on the inside of our body and is called endoskeleton. I will explain you from here. Skeleton or skeletal system can be divided into two types. It has two types. One is called endoskeleton and second is called exoskeleton. So what is endoskeleton? Endo means inside. Skeleton means structure. So the structure which is inside the body. Okay. So we will see the definition. For example, the human skeleton is on the inside of body and is called endoskeleton. Okay, we can see the skeleton which is present inside the body is called endoskeleton. For example, in vertebrates and humans. If you have to write the definition in your board exam, you can write like this. The skeleton system, the skeleton which is present inside the body is called endoskeleton. For example, in vertebrates and humans. Okay, and when we talk about other type of skeleton, that is called exoskeleton. So first, keep the meaning in your mind. Exo means out, and skeleton means structure. So the structure which is outside the body. You also learn this term endo or exo in your chemistry. Endothermic reaction or exothermic reaction. So exothermic reaction in which energy is out. So like that here exoskeleton, the structure which is outside the body. Okay, so we will see the definition. the skeletal system of some invertebrates. For example, arthropods. Arthropod is a phylum, but invertebrates further divided into different phylums. Among them, there is a phylum which is called arthropods. Arthropods are those which have jointed feet, okay, jointed legs and jointed feet. So, for example, arthropods. There are many other phylums: arthropods, Annelida, Porifera, Protozoa. Okay, so here we are talking about arthro because they are invertebrates, is on the outside of the body and is called exoskeleton. Okay, so these are those living organisms where skeleton system is outside the body, so they are outside the body and is called exoskeleton. So I am explaining again. Okay, this chapter is very important according to your board exam. Long question and short questions come from this chapter. So mark in your book is very important chapter. This is a short, comprehensive and easy chapter. I'm repeating, what is a skeleton? Skeleton is defined as the framework, hard, articulated structure that provide physical support, attachment for skeletal muscles, and protection for the bodies of animals. Okay, and you have to keep in your mind that in your board exam you have to write the exact definition which is written in your book. Then you can get full marks. Okay, then skeletal system further divided into two types. First is called endoskeleton and second is called exoskeleton. Endoskeleton means the skeleton which is inside the body. For example, living organisms. For example, invertebrates. For example, vertebrates and humans. And second type is exoskeleton, the skeleton system which is outside of the body. That is called exoskeleton. For example, invertebrates and for example, arthropods. Okay, I hope you understand it. Okay, now we will discuss next. In the living body, the skeleton is very much alive. Yes, its role is very important inside our body. And if we keep in our mind, each and every part, each and every cell, each and every tissue is the important part of the body, and it is all created by Allah. Okay, so is very much alive. Bones and cartilage are made of living cells and also have nerves and blood vessels in them. Bones and cartilages. Bones, you all of know, skeletal system is made by it has a hard framework and articulated structures. Okay, definitely bones are hard structures, they are called connective tissues. Okay, and they give support to our body. And there are many other functions of bones. They also produce red blood cells and minerals to our body. Okay, and cartilage are also type of bones, but they are less hard as compared to bones are much hard and they are less hard. So the and they are attached with our muscle. So when we began to move our elbow, these cartilage work at that time and give support to our body. Are made of living cells. They all are made of living cells and also have nerves and blood vessels in them. They grow and they have the ability to repair themselves. Okay, if there is something injury in cartilage, so they have ability to grow uh, uh, by own self and have the ability to repair themselves. Okay, so this is a very important role of um, uh, important role of um, cartilage. Okay, so I am repeating it again. Okay, parts of skeleton, that two parts of skeleton, cartilage and bones. So mark here, these are bones and cartilage. In exams, if they ask you, okay, what are the parts of skeleton system? Okay, endoskeleton and exoskeleton, which you have discussed. These are the types of skeleton. And if they ask you, okay, what are the parts of skeleton? So the parts of skeleton are bones and cartilages. So you have to write, you have to underline it and write over here. These are the parts of skeleton. Okay, these all things are given in your chapters, but when a question is asked by board exam, then you are confused and never give the answer. If they ask what are the parts of skeleton, and you always students write over there endoskeleton, exoskeleton. So keep in your mind exoskeleton and endoskeleton. They are types of skeleton system. Okay, and cartilage and bones. They are parts of skeleton system. Okay. Now we will discuss the role of skeletal system. It is given in a paragraph, but you can write it as a under the headings. Okay. So role of skeletal system provides movement, protection, and support. Its important role is that it helps skeletal system help in movement, skeletal system give protection, and skeletal system give support to our body. These are the three important functions of skeletal system. First is movement, second is protection, and third is support. Now we will discuss what are they. The big functional skeletal system are protection, support, and movement. Underlining. These are three important functions of skeletal system: protection, support, and movement. Okay. Also mark in your book as a short question. Always this question comes. Write the role of skeletal system. So you will explain it do protection, support, and movement. So how do this thing? In our body, skeleton works very closely with the muscular system, help us to move. Definitely this is true. Our bones are hard, so the all bones are attached with cartilages and tendons. They are less soft bones, and they all are attached with muscle, so they stretch and relax our muscles. So this is very important. Similarly, skeleton provides protection to many internal organs. This is also true. We all of know about skull. We all of know that we have brain inside the skull, and our brain is a very sensitive organ of our body. Okay, and it is protected by a skull. Okay, and then next we see vertebra column protects spinal cord. Yes, our spinal cord is also very sensitive, and it is protected by a vertebra column. And ribs protect the most of our other internal organs. Yes, we honor under the ribs. First of all, we have lungs, and the lungs are, you also read in chapter number 1, they are spongy like structures. They are very soft, but they are protected by our heart ribs. Okay, so we can see what is the protection of the skeleton, because it protects our internal organs. For example, skull protects brain, vertebra column protects spinal cord, and ribs protect most of our other internal organs. So vertebra column also provides the main support to our body mass. Okay. I hope you understand it. And the third one, what is a sport? Skeleton provides support to our body mass. For example, vertebra column provides main support to our body mass. So which thing gives main support? Spinal cord, vertebra column provides the main support to our body mass. So when you have to attempt this question as a short question, first you will write role of skeletal system. It provides, write in a bullet form, protection. Second bullet, sport, and third bullet is movement. Then give the heading of protection and write in our body skeleton works very closely with the muscular system to help us to move. Then give the heading of protection and write here skeleton provide protection to many internal organs. For example, skull protects brain, vertebra column protects spinal cord, and ribs protects most of our other internal organs. And then the third point, give the heading of sport and write here vertebra column provides the main support to our body mass. Okay, and you can attempt this short question in your exams. Now first we will discuss, as we have discussed in above paragraph, that our skeleton system consists of two types. Okay, endoskeleton, exoskeleton, and it also consists of two parts. Okay, now first we will discuss the parts of skeleton system, and they are bone and cartilage. Okay, so first we will discuss the cartilage. Overall, the human skeleton is made of bony framework, but in certain parts this framework is supplemented by cartilage. I have told you cartilage are less soft bones as compared to bone. Okay, so now we come to the next page. First, we will discuss the cartilage. Okay, what is a cartilage? Okay, what is a cartilage? First, we will discuss the introduction of cartilage. Cartilage is a dense means thick. Okay, you have to underline your book. Cartilage is a dense, uh, cartilage dense, is a dense means thick, clear blue white film connective tissue. Clear white blue means light blue white film connective tissue, but less strong than bone. Okay, so underline in your book. Underline in your book. This is very important. Cartilage is a dense. It's a definition of cartilage. Clear blue white film connective tissue, but less strong than bone. Okay? So you have to underline in your book, okay, what is a cartilage. And then next we will give the heading of chondrocytes. What are chondrocytes? If you see your book, the cells of cartilage are called chondrocytes. Underline, this is very important for your MCQs and short question. The cells of cartilage are called chondrocytes. Okay. Now we will discuss the lacuna. What is a lacuna? Next heading is lacuna. Each chondrocyte lies in a fluid space called lacuna. I have told you chondrocytes are the cells of cartilage. Cells of cartilage. So these cells are present in a fluid, and that fluid is called lacuna. Okay. After that, what is a matrix? Okay, lacuna. Lacuna. After that, there is a matrix. Lacuna present in the matrix of cartilage. Okay, you will understand with the help of diagram. If you see the diagram in your book, okay, you can see this is a matrix. Okay, yes, this gearbox is showing a matrix. In the center of the matrix there is a fluid which is called lacuna, and in the center of the lacuna there are these cells we can see. These are called chondrocytes. Okay, and these are present inside our bones. And the matrix of cartilage also contains collagen fibers. Okay, and the matrix of the matrix of cartilage contains, what are they contain? Collagen fibers. Okay, and blood vessels do not enter cartilage. These are three types of cartilage, and we all of know that blood vessels are present each and every organ inside our body, but they cannot enter uh, in our cartilage. Now we will see the recalling. Cartilage and bone are types of connective tissues. Also underline, this is important for your MCQs. Okay, cartilage and bone are types of connective tissues, and most connective tissues contain collagen fibers in matrix. Okay, now we will come to, there are three types of cartilage. Now we will discuss its types. Three types. First is hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, and fibrous cartilage. So what is first? Hyaline cartilage is strong yet flexible. It is found covering the ends of the long bones in the nose, larynx, trachea, and bronchial tubes. So where we can find hyaline cartilage, less soft bones, we can find these less flexible bones at the ends of the long bones. We can find them in the nose, in the larynx. Larynx, you all of know, are present with pharynx, a voice box, trachea, our windpipe, and bronchial tubes, which are present in our lungs. So we can find this in these parts of our body. Then there is a elastic cartilage. Elastic, the name shows that it has flexibility inside it. Okay, so elastic cartilage is similar in structure by hyaline cartilage. It is also quite strong, but has elasticity due a network of elastic fibers in addition to collagen fiber. It is found in epiglottis, pinna, etc. Okay, epiglottis. Epiglottis is present in your neck region, when you take food inside it, okay, and when goes into esophagus, before esophagus it passes through epiglottis. It is a hole in your esophagus. It is open when food reaches to the esophagus, and it is closed when you are just breathing, okay. And it is also present in pinna. We also discussed in previous chapter the outer part of the ear, the external part of the ear, which receive the impulses, which receive the messages from the environment, that is called pinna, and it is also made by a elastic. So if you touch your external ear, you can see, you can fold it easily, okay. And the last type is called fibrous cartilage, okay. Fibrous cartilage is very tough. Tough means hard and less flexible due to large number of thick collagen fibers present in knitted form, okay. So this is very hard. Why this is very hard? Because it has thick collagen fibers which are present in knitted form. It is found in invertebra disc, okay. So where it is present, it is present in invertebra disc. It is present in invertebra disc, okay. So we will discuss, there are three types of cartilage: hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, and fibrous cartilage, okay. It is strong and yet flexible. Elastic cartilage has ability to move itself, and fibrous cartilage is very tough and less flexible, okay. Now you will see the diagram what types of cartilage these are, okay. So cartilage of epiglottis, cartilage of epiglottis, and definitely it is present in neck region. We had discussed it is a hyaline cartilage. What is that? It is a, sorry, it is epiglottis, it is a elastic cartilage because it has flexibility. When food goes to the esophagus, it is open. When food is not going, it will remain closed. Then there is a cartilage of larynx. So it is a cartilage of larynx. It is a voice box, okay. So it is strong and yet flexible. So where it is a type of hyaline cartilage. It is an example of hyaline cartilage, okay. And the third one is cartilage of trachea, okay. So where do we can find it? Cartilage of trachea. Definitely it is an example of uh, fibrous cartilage, okay. So these are in the form of rings, okay. So they can show the fibrous quality inside it, okay. And now we will discuss a side box which is given. Yes, recalling, tendons and ligaments are other connective tissues that contain tightly packed collagen fibers, okay. Because we are talking about the matrix of a cartilage, okay. It is a matrix also. Inside the cartilage, which things are present in this matrix, which things are present in this matrix? Cartilage is present, tendons are present, and ligaments are present. So cartilage, tendons, and ligaments, these are the examples of connective tissues. And the connective tissues mean that they are attached with our muscles and bones, and they protect the body. So today we have started a discussion on parts of skeleton system, and I have told you parts of skeleton system consist of two things, that are bone and cartilage. So today we have discussed the cartilage, and in next lecture, inshallah, we will discuss in detail about the bone. Okay. So I hope you understand today's lecture. So now your lecture has been ended. If you have any confusion, if you want to ask any question, you can raise your hand. Yes, students, if you have any question, you can ask.